What happens when the god of destruction, a being who renounced the world, encounters a princess whose devotion can shake the cosmos? Their love was not ordinary. It was a union that transcended time, space, and even divine laws. From penance to passion, from trials to triumphs, this is not just a love story. It's the eternal dance of creation and destruction. Witness the captivating journey of Shiva and Parvati, a tale that shaped the balance of the universe. Their story is not just one of God's. It's a testament to the power of love, devotion, and destiny. Are you ready to witness the legend? High in the mystical Himalayas, shrouded in eternal snow and silence, stood Mount Kailash. This sacred mountain was no ordinary peak. It was the home of Lord Shiva, the god of destruction, transformation, and meditation. Known as the ultimate ascetic, Shiva was revered for his ability to withdraw from the world and immerse himself in profound stillness. His matted hair flowed like rivers of wisdom. His crescent moon glowed softly, and the serpents coiled around him symbolized his mastery over fear and desire. He sat cross-legged in meditation, his third eye closed, but brimming with cosmic energy. Far below, nestled in the lush valleys, lay the kingdom of the mountains, ruled by King Himavan and Queen Menavati. Their daughter, Princess Parvati, was a vision of beauty and grace. Her presence could brighten the darkest days, and her kindness brought joy to all who met her. Yet, there was something extraordinary about Parvati that even her parents could not fully understand. She possessed a quiet strength, a determination that seemed to stem from something far beyond the material world. Parvati had heard the stories of Shiva, the meditating ascetic whose power and wisdom were unmatched, but nothing could have prepared her for the moment she first saw him. One serene morning, as the sun bathed the Himalayan forests in golden light, Parvati wandered deeper into the woods near Mount Kailash. Birds chirped in harmony, and a gentle breeze carried the fragrance of blooming wildflowers. Parvati often sought solace in nature, but today felt different. An inexplicable force seemed to guide her steps, as if destiny itself was drawing her toward something monumental. Through the dense trees, she came to a clearing. There, on a high rock surrounded by swirling mist, sat Shiva. His form was majestic yet serene. Draped in tiger skin, his matted hair coiled like rivers of energy, he seemed both part of the earth and the heavens. The crescent moon on his head glowed faintly, and his trident stood embedded in the ground beside him, radiating an aura of divine power. Around him, the forest was silent, as if all creation was holding its breath in reverence. Parvati froze. Her heart raced, but she felt no fear, only awe. She had heard tales of gods and their greatness, but seeing Shiva in his meditative glory was unlike anything she could have imagined. Time seemed to stand still as she gazed at him, her thoughts melting into the stillness of the moment. "Who is he?" she whispered softly, though she already knew. Deep within, an unshakable truth revealed itself. This wasn't their first meeting. Their souls had danced together through lifetimes. She didn't just admire him, she recognized him. Her heart spoke what her lips could not. "He is my destiny." For a moment she considered approaching him, but hesitated. How could she disturb such profound stillness? Instead, she knelt quietly at a distance, her hands folded in silent reverence. As the sun rose higher, casting golden rays over the clearing, Parvati felt a warmth, not just from the light, but from within her own heart. She had never felt more certain of anything in her life. Returning to the palace later that day, Parvati's thoughts were consumed by Shiva. She could still see him in her mind's eye, the tranquil yet commanding figure whose presence had changed her world in an instant. The luxurious palace, the adoration of her people, even the beauty of her surroundings, everything paled in comparison to the pull she felt toward the ascetic on the mountain. From that day forward, Parvati knew her purpose. She wasn't just a princess, she was someone destined for a path that transcended the material world. Her life's mission was clear: to unite with Shiva, not merely as a lover, but as an equal, a partner in the cosmic dance of creation and transformation. But destiny rarely unfolds without trials. Parvati's journey toward Shiva would require not just devotion, but immense sacrifice, courage, and unwavering determination. And so, with her heart resolute and her soul ignited by love, she prepared herself for the challenges that lay ahead. Parvati's journey of devotion began with a single act of defiance. She renounced her royal life. The luxurious palace, the silken robes, the ornate jewels, all were left behind as she donned the humble attire of an ascetic. She retreated to the forest, choosing a life of meditation and penance, seeking to match Shiva's detachment from worldly pleasures. Parvati knew the path would be grueling, but her love for Shiva burned brighter than any discomfort. Her days were long and arduous. She sat cross-legged beneath ancient trees, meditating for hours on end. The scorching summer sun beat down upon her, and when the monsoon rains drenched the forest, she remained steadfast. The biting cold of winter wrapped her in frost, yet her resolve never faltered. Each moment of suffering became an offering, each sacrifice a testament to her devotion. But the gods watched her with concern. Shiva remained in his meditative state, unaware of her efforts. Worried that Parvati's devotion might go unnoticed forever, the gods decided to intervene. They approached Kamadeva, the god of love, and pleaded with him to awaken Shiva's heart. Kamadeva, though hesitant, agreed to help. Kamadeva descended to the forest where Shiva meditated. Armed with his bow of sugarcane and arrows tipped with flowers, he aimed at Shiva's heart. Parvati watched from afar, her heart both hopeful and anxious. With a swift motion, Kamadeva released an arrow of love, its magic shimmering in the air. The arrow struck its target, and Shiva's eyes snapped open. The serene forest was engulfed in a fiery blaze, as Shiva's third eye opened, releasing an intense beam of energy. In his rage at having his meditation disturbed, Shiva reduced Kamadeva to ashes. The gods recoiled in fear, and the forest fell silent once more. But amidst the chaos, something remarkable happened. Shiva's gaze fell upon Parvati for the first time. She stood in the distance, her hands folded in prayer, her eyes reflecting the depths of her love and devotion. For a moment, Shiva's anger softened. He saw not just a woman, but a soul whose love transcended lifetimes, whose determination rivaled the gods. Though he did not speak, the connection was undeniable. Parvati's penance had awakened something in him, a recognition that their fates were intertwined. Kamadeva's sacrifice had not been in vain. Though the road ahead remained uncertain, the seed of their love had been sown. The divine forces had taken the first step in bringing Shiva and Parvati together, setting the stage for a union that would transcend lifetimes and unite two worlds. Parvati's devotion would continue to be tested, but now she carried the strength of a momentary glance, a spark that would one day ignite a cosmic union. The glance from Shiva had kindled hope in Parvati's heart, but her journey was far from complete. Determined to prove her love and devotion beyond any doubt, Parvati intensified her penance. She renounced even the few comforts she had allowed herself in the forest, surviving on fallen leaves, meditating amidst harsh weather, and enduring the extremes of the Himalayan climate. She pushed herself to the limits of physical endurance. Each moment became an offering of love, each hardship a testament to her unyielding spirit. Her sacrifices did not go unnoticed. The gods, sages, and celestial beings watched in awe as Parvati's devotion shook the very fabric of existence. Even the elements seemed to bow to her determination. Rivers calmed as she meditated, and the winds carried the purity of her chants across the mountains. Yet Shiva remained unmoved, locked in his meditative state atop Mount Kailash. But Parvati's trials were not merely physical. Dark forces sought to dissuade Parvati. Demonic entities conjured illusions of fear and despair, hoping to break her concentration. Fiery serpents hissed around her, and shadows whispered doubts into her ears. Yet her mantras grew louder, her resolve unshakable. The illusions dissolved in the face of her divine energy, and the demons fled, defeated by her unwavering spirit. The universe began to shift. Shiva, now deeply moved, could no longer ignore the pull of Parvati's devotion. Her actions had not only proven her love, but had awakened a part of him that had long been dormant. He recognized her as his equal, his partner in the cosmic dance of creation and transformation. Even with her devotion proven and her spirit unbroken, Parvati's journey was not yet complete. Shiva, though deeply moved by her love, wanted to ensure that their union was not just born of emotion but of profound understanding and cosmic purpose. He devised one final test, a test to reveal the depths of Parvati's determination and the purity of her intentions. Shiva disguised himself as a sage. Descending into the forest where Parvati meditated, the sage appeared humble, yet carried an air of wisdom and challenge. Approaching Parvati, he spoke in a tone of skepticism. "Child, I have heard of your great penance and your devotion to Shiva. But tell me, why do you seek to unite with him? Can a princess like you find happiness with such a being?" Parvati opened her eyes and looked at the sage with calm resolve. "My devotion to Shiva is not for what he is or what he possesses," she replied. "It is for the truth he represents, the cosmic balance he embodies. My love is eternal and unconditional." The air shimmered as Shiva shed his disguise. His presence filled the forest with radiant light as he stepped forward, his voice deep and resonant. "Parvati, your love has not only moved me, but transformed me. You have shown the universe what it means to love without condition, to devote oneself entirely to truth." The heavens erupted in celebration. Gods, sages, and celestial beings gathered in the skies, showering flowers and blessings upon the couple. Shiva continued, "This test was not to question your love, but to illuminate its depth. Together we will guide the cosmos, balancing its forces and nurturing its harmony." Parvati bowed her head, her heart full of joy and reverence. "My lord, I stand by your side, ready to walk this path with you." Their union was sealed in that moment. It was not just a bond of love, but a merging of two cosmic forces. Their partnership symbolized the eternal dance of creation and destruction, love and detachment. Through this final test, their union became a beacon of balance and harmony, inspiring all who heard their story to strive for truth and devotion in their own lives. The union of Shiva and Parvati was a moment of cosmic significance, celebrated by the heavens and the earth alike. Narada, the divine sage and messenger, traveled across realms to invite every celestial being to the ceremony. Even the Asuras, who often stood against the gods, were invited to witness this momentous occasion. The message was clear. This was a union that transcended all dualities and conflicts, embodying harmony. After the trials and tests that had proven Parvati's devotion and Shiva's recognition of her love, their wedding became the most celebrated event in the universe. It was a union not just of two beings, but of two complementary forces that balanced creation and destruction, love and detachment, stillness and action. Preparations for the grand wedding began across the three realms. The gods, celestial beings, and sages gathered on Mount Kailash to prepare for the divine event. The sacred mountain, already a place of unparalleled beauty, was adorned with garlands of heavenly flowers. Rivers sparkled with divine radiance, and the skies shimmered with celestial colors. The very fabric of the universe seemed to rejoice as the day of the wedding approached. In the palace of her father, King Himavan, Parvati prepared for the sacred union. She was adorned with celestial ornaments crafted by Vishwakarma, the divine architect. Her sari, woven with threads of gold and crimson, radiated a glow that rivaled the first light of dawn. Her attendants braided her hair with fragrant jasmine flowers, and her face glowed with a serene yet joyful light. As she looked into the mirror, her reflection was no longer that of a princess, but of a goddess, ready to fulfill her destiny. True to his nature, Shiva's arrival was grand yet unconventional. Riding on Nandi, his loyal bull, he descended Mount Kailash, surrounded by a procession of spirits, sages, and celestial musicians. His attire was simple yet powerful, a garland of serpents around his neck, ash smeared across his body, and his crescent moon glowing faintly above his matted locks. Despite his austere appearance, his presence radiated divine majesty, commanding awe and reverence from all who beheld him. As Parvati walked toward the sacred altar, her steps were steady and filled with purpose. Shiva stood waiting, his eyes reflecting profound admiration and respect. When their gazes met, the universe seemed to hold its breath. It was a moment that symbolized not just their love, but the merging of two eternal forces that governed the cosmos. The wedding ceremony took place under a canopy of stars, with the sacred fire at its center. Brahma, the creator, officiated the rituals, while Vishnu blessed the couple with his presence. Celestial beings sang hymns, and fragrant petals rained down from the heavens as the couple took their vows. Shiva's voice, resonant and steady, echoed across the realms as he declared, "Parvati, you are not just my partner, but my equal. Together, we shall balance the forces of the universe, guiding it through the cycles of creation and destruction." Parvati replied, her voice filled with devotion and clarity. "My lord, my soul has always been bound to yours. Together, we will nurture the universe and protect its harmony. With you, I am whole." As Shiva and Parvati circled the sacred fire, their energies merged, creating a radiant light that illuminated the cosmos. The universe erupted in celebration. The gods cheered, celestial dances performed, and the melodies of divine instruments echoed through the heavens. The earth rejoiced with blooming flowers and flowing rivers, and the stars aligned to form auspicious constellations. The marriage of Shiva and Parvati was more than a celebration. It was a message to all beings. It demonstrated that opposites are not meant to clash, but to complement one another, creating something greater than themselves. Their love and unity became a source of inspiration, teaching that true partnership is built on mutual respect, devotion, and shared purpose. A union that symbolized balance and harmony. As they ascended Mount Kailash together, Shiva and Parvati began their life as cosmic partners. Their union was not the end but the beginning of a journey that would shape the universe, guiding it toward balance and enlightenment. Together, they embodied the eternal dance of life, their love a beacon that continues to inspire all who seek truth and harmony.